An hour ahead, forever.
It would force us to open later in the day.
Why ski resorts don't like permanent daylight saving time. Plus, 9 questions for Alberta voters.
I'm asking them so that I can get a mandate, and if I don't get a mandate, then we'll have to address what we do at that time.
But what happens if Danielle Smith's referendum falls flat? And paying it forward.
You know, Norm found a friend in every stranger.
An anonymous donor is finally revealed.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news. With Tara Nelson. Reporting tonight, Ian White.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Today, the province made formal what we all knew was coming. Alberta is going to move to permanent daylight saving time in the fall, but it's not sitting well with some of the biggest players in Alberta's tourism industry. Kevin Green reports.
Ski hills rely on daylight in the winter, especially morning light. The change to daylight savings time will remove an hour of that.
It would force us to open later in the day, so we would not be able to safely open at our regular scheduled time at 9 a.m.
Sunshine Resort's Kendra Scurfield says the extra daylight later in the day won't make up for it.
In the spring, when we do extend our hours, the average skier is off the hill around 3 p.m. So this move to shorten or to move to permanent daylight time would shorten the usable window of ski hours for our guests.
Thursday, the province said it consulted airlines, sports teams, and ski hill operators, but ski hill operators say they found out about it on Monday, just like everyone else.
When we reached out to the government to make our voices heard, we were met with comments that seemed frivolous.
The move means some NHL games will start an hour later. Minister Dale Nally says he talked to the NHL and those concerns were raised, but
I got to tell you can drop that puck at 10 o'clock and I'm not missing the game. And I think there's a lot of Albertans that feel that way.
As seen here under DST, sunrise creeps past 9:30 in December, and through almost all of the winter, kids will go to school in the dark. The AMA says drivers and students need to pay closer attention.
We are looking at additional programs for school safety. AMA is a huge proponent of school safety programs. One of those is bus patrol, arrival and departure.
In 2021, Albertans voted down the idea of year-round DST. Premier Danielle Smith says it popped back into her head after a caller to her radio show.
They said, why not live it? People don't really know what it's going to be until they live it. This is our opportunity.
Ski hill operators say if a simple call to a broadcast has that much pull,
perhaps any of us who are displeased with her decision should just call up her radio show and be like, hey, Danielle, we would like to go back to standard time. Maybe it would work.
Kevin joins us now from downtown Calgary. So, Kevin, what have airlines had to say about this change to daylight saving time?
Well, when this came up in years past, Calgary-based WestJet was quite opposed to the idea, saying it would disrupt their schedules. But now it says it's a good idea. Its previous concerns were largely that Alberta would be out of sync with our neighboring provinces. But now that BC has switched to a year-round time zone, and, well, Saskatchewan's always had one, it says Alberta moving to one will help it maintain its schedules across the western provinces. But as you heard, not all businesses and not all people like the idea. The Premier did leave an opening for change. She said after people get to see what it is actually like, if enough people don't like it, it could return as a referendum question in 2027. Ian?
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Albertans will vote on 9 questions related to immigration and the Constitution this fall as the province launches a campaign to persuade voters. But the effect of the entire exercise is unclear. The Premier won't say what happens if the results don't go her way. Tim Brooke has details.
Alberta Referendum 2026.ca is new online. Here's Premier Danielle Smith explaining what the page does.
The website cuts through the technical and constitutional language and delivers the fact in an accessible and relatable way.
The site is focused in on the 9 ballot questions Albertans will answer in October. They ask if the province should take more control over immigration and push for certain constitutional changes. But one economist says the site doesn't tell the whole story. His advice?
Seek out a lot of different information sources and try and combine information and data and insight and indeed opinion from a wide variety of quarters and sources.
The webpage is short on details, and that's likely by design. The Premier openly admits to putting her thumb on the scale.
I'm not neutral in it. I think these are the right policies for Albertans.
So the real question then becomes, what happens if the province does not get the strong mandate it's looking for?
If we don't, then we'll address it at that time.
She's been very clear that she's looking to get the support for decisions that she already wants to make, initiatives she already wants to embark on.
Elections Alberta estimates the process will likely cost $36.7 million, about the same as the 2023 provincial election. The opposition wonders why taxpayers should fund a costly trip to the polls and a yes campaign before that if the answers are already chosen.
We had a referendum on daylight savings time. It failed. The Premier institutes daylight savings time anyway. She doesn't care about democracy. She's going to do whatever she wants anyway.
And Tim joins us live tonight with more. Tim, this website is just the beginning of the provincial push.
Well, Ian, you might have noticed that the buzz around this vote coming up has been relatively non-existent since the referenda was announced back in February. Well, Premier Danielle Smith today says she really wants more Albertans to be engaged on these topics, and so she doesn't really want to be a bystander in those conversations, as she put it. So yes, the website that was announced today is the beginning of this campaign. It will definitely not be the end of the campaign. Expect to see more advertisements in the coming months on both traditional and social media. And Ian, some government reps will also be out and about this summer at events and festivals trying to spread the word about what will be happening in October.
Thanks very much, Tim. The FBI is looking into possible links between scientists who have died or disappeared in the last 4 years, including the death of a Calgary-born astrophysicist who was killed in the U.S. Jordan Canigan joins us with more. So, Jordan, what prompted this investigation?
Well, Ian, it really began with questions being raised about the deaths online, but it has since reached the U.S. President and House Oversight Committee. Now the FBI is spearheading a probe looking into possible connections in at least 10 cases of missing or dead scientists. Carl Grillmare was born in Calgary, attended the U of C before moving south in the 90s and working at Caltech. The astrophysicist was shot and killed at his California home in February, and a man was arrested and charged days later. But Grillmare's death is now among several wrapped into rampant internet speculation suggesting a nefarious link. The FBI's aim is to determine whether the incidents are coincidental, connected, or just a conspiracy.
That's really not very helpful to investigators. They want to kind of not prejudge anything and really just look at the raw facts.
I hope it's random, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it.
Now, local law enforcement says there's no early indication any of the cases are connected. There's also no timeline on how long the FBI probe could possibly take. Ian?
Thank you, Jordan.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle, I don't know if they're called snow squalls. Is that the right term for them? But they've been moving through the city off and on.
Yeah, little bursts of snow, absolutely. And we'll get more into, you could say, squall-like activity over these next couple of days. So this is just the beginning of this very impressive system and what's to come. You can see these pockets here that are moving through parts of the city. So almost blizzard-like conditions, really short-lived and then out of the way. We're not looking at picking up any accumulation for this evening, but we will over the coming days. 2 degrees right now. This is one of our live shots, and you can see these pop-up clouds, these storm clouds that are really kind of developing and then moving on out. The wind gusts are so strong that these are moving so fast. We're looking at 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts for the next 24 hours at least, with on and off flurries. And tomorrow we'll pick up at least a couple centimeters of snow. More details on this coming up, Ian.
Thanks, Danielle. Good news from the Calgary Zoo. The 2 polar bears are now sharing an enclosure, and they seem to be hitting it off. This video posted to the zoo's Facebook page shows the 2 bears together. Officials say they appear comfortable and even played together in the pools. Yele is a 20-year-old polar bear from Quebec who arrived last month and has been slowly introduced to his new companion, Siku. A company with hundreds of oil wells across Alberta has been forced to suspend operations. Next, we'll hear from a landowner who says he hasn't received rent from the company for 3 years. And a Calgary man made sure the hungry were fed. How his legacy is being carried on after his death. An energy company that owes hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid taxes has been ordered to suspend operations. The order against Calgary-based MAGA Energy was issued yesterday. The Alberta Energy Regulator says it's for unpaid municipal taxes, AER and Orphan Wells Association debt, and MAGA failing to meet its commitments. It says MAGA currently holds nearly 600 wells, more than 100 facilities, and 800 pipeline segments. Last month, landowner Mark Doran ripped up his lease with MAGA, saying the company had not paid rent for 3 years. He and others put up a blockade to prevent the company from operating, but says it has been working around it.
We shouldn't allow insolvent operators to operate at all. The potential for mischief is simply too great. However, we at MAGA operations in Armistice Field, they need to decommission the facility, in other words, tear it out, and they need to plug the wells by law because the right to the surface is terminated.
The Alberta Energy Regulator says MAGA must address all non-compliances before it will grant approval to resume operations. A breast cancer survivor is applauding the province's decision to offer mammograms to younger women. However, Albertans over 40 won't be able to self-refer until next year. Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports.
Cynthia Vermette has been cancer-free for more than a year. She underwent 12 rounds of chemotherapy and 15 rounds of radiation.
Beating breast cancer and going through treatment was one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure in my entire life.
2 years ago, Vermette went for a physical, and her doctor recommended she get a mammogram at 42 years old.
I said, well, I have no history of breast cancer in my family, and at the time, the age was 50 for screening. And that doctor, she saved my life.
The screening caught an early form of an aggressive breast cancer.
She said she just firmly believes that all women over the age of 40 need to get a mammogram.
A guideline the province is accepting. Yesterday, the province said it would lower the age of self-referrals for breast cancer screenings from 45 to 40.
It's so important that women have the ability to self-refer, as many women do not have family doctors. And it's putting the agency into women's hands where it should be.
People aged 40 and older won't be eligible until April 1st of next year. Nonprofit organization Dense Breasts Canada says a longer wait means some women could be diagnosed with cancer at a later stage.
In addition to survival, we can reduce so much suffering physically and emotionally by finding cancer early.
The province defends the timeline, saying it ensures the system is ready to manage increased demand and supports a smooth transition as awareness of the change builds ahead of full implementation. Until then, women 40 to 44 can access the screening with a doctor's referral.
If they do get diagnosed, I want them to have the same prognosis as me, which is 100% survival.
Something that Vermette doesn't take for granted.
Life is short, so I plan on living every single day and enjoying every moment.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
It's that time of year. You might see a lot of superheroes, wizards, and monsters walking around downtown. Calgary Expo has kicked off, celebrating all things pop culture, including comics, science fiction, gaming, and anime. As Alicia Fielberg reports, some unexpected Alberta creatures are getting a chance in the spotlight, too.
It's not just costumes attracting attention at Calgary Expo this year.
They like it a lot. I mean, it's a classic. I'm Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice.
It's also who's wearing them. Among the cosplay at the annual pop culture convention are several Richardson's ground squirrels posed as characters from movies and books.
We do have a Hobbit scene, Princess Bride, and Death Note.
The tiny characters are a last-minute idea from the Gopher Hole Museum, based out of Torrington, Alberta.
Usually this takes about a month for one, and we managed to crank out six brand new ones in 2 weeks. I have fallen asleep on my couch with a dead gopher in my hand in various states of undress more times than I care to admit. admit. It's happened, though.
The idea is to spread joy and attract potential sponsors for the Rural Museum.
People drive really far out of their way to come to this silly little thing. We're struggling a little bit with that right now, so we don't even know if we're going to be able to open this season.
The event is big business for hundreds of vendors, including Calgary's Red Skull Comics.
Helps with keeping staff on, and it's another influx for us as well. It's a good revenue stream.
But it's also about the connections. 100,000 people attend Calgary's Expo each year, many traveling from other cities and countries.
Friends that you see once a year because they're coming here directly for this, and everybody wants to belong to something. Everybody likes to have their own community.
Part of that community includes celebrities who play beloved characters.
Super excited to have the 4 Hobbits this year. We're celebrating, if you can believe it, the 25th anniversary of Lord of the Rings, which is really exciting. Celebrating with them taking the stage on Saturday night in a special event.
Another member of the fellowship will greet guests as well, and Gimli the dwarf is a fan favorite.
Have you got the image?
I think so.
Tell the camera. Your dwarf is the most human of all the fellowship. They're all a little bit perfect.
It's not John Rhys Davies' first time in the city, and he says the people keep bringing him back.
I love Canada, and I love coming back to Calgary as well. I'm British, and the bonds of history really are important to remember and to cherish.
Some real characters there. Alicia joins us from the BMO Centre. So, Alicia, the doors just opened this afternoon.
Yes, Ian, and there are a lot of characters here as well. A lot of people in costumes, a lot of people meeting celebrities, and there's a ton that you can catch down here. Everything from watching armored knights battle it out, to making your own slime, to learning the psychology of K-pop demon hunters. But you don't even have to come down to the BMO Centre to catch some of it. Tomorrow morning, the parade takes place at 10:30, and it's a new route this year, starting at Central Memorial Park, making its way down 17th Avenue, and then ending right here at the BMO Centre. The whole event here at Calgary Expo wraps up on Sunday. Ian?
So much fun. Thanks very much, Alicia. And you know, Danielle, the really cool thing about parades, they're outside.
Rain or shine.
Or snow.
Or snow. Or, you know, blizzard-like conditions. Oh, there's so much to talk about here in the weather forecast. So let's get right into it. We have a lot going on with this system that's really the core of it is developing over Saskatchewan, but we are going to be impacted. We already have been with the temperatures and the wind. We're just at 2 degrees right now in Calgary. Our daytime high was 5. A normal daytime high for this time of year is 13 degrees. We're below normal everywhere, as you can see. Around that 6 mark for Lethbridge and Milk River, 5 Brooks and Medicine Hat, 4 in Drumheller. So it's cold and it's absolutely gusty in so many communities. Check out Calgary. We had a gust registered at 85 kilometers per hour already. That's nearly warning criteria, which starts at 90 kilometers per hour. 60s for Lethbridge, and in the 70s, Brooks up to Drumheller and through Medicine Hat as well. We do have wind warnings in place because the most likely areas we're going to get gusts 90 kilometers per hour or greater. Medicine Hat over to Lomond, up through Brooks and over to Hannah. These are the areas under the wind warning, but as you know, it's gusty outside of that as well. So for areas just outside of this, gusts 70, 80 kilometers per hour, certainly likely throughout tonight, throughout tomorrow, and then it will start to die down on Saturday, but still gusty on Saturday. All right, you can see this lighter green color. This is a weather statement that's in place because, yeah, you could basically say blizzard-like conditions. Not only are we looking at the strong wind, but we're looking at these bands of snow that will be wrapping around this big upper level low. It's a pretty impressive system, so it's going to do a number of things to us over the next couple of days. All right, so you can see these isolated pockets of basically blizzard-like conditions. Quick, short-lived, it's very windy, so it comes in and blows out really fast. This is nothing compared to what's in store for many communities tomorrow. The core of the low is here off into Saskatchewan, and it spins counterclockwise. So it's drawing in colder air. That's why we've cooled down. It's creating all these winds, and it's going to bring these bands of moisture down and around. Now for Calgary and Lethbridge, we're going to be on the outside edge of this. So we're going to see snow at times, but anywhere off to the east, you'll see more snowfall and more consistent snowfall throughout the next next couple of days. I'm going to play this through so you can look at tomorrow and you can see these bands around the system. Calgary, it will peak into Calgary at times, but be more on and off. Lethbridge as well. Now, if the system shifts just a little bit to the west, we'll see more snowfall, but it looks like it will stay predominantly off to the east of Calgary. It'll be up the QE2 at times, and this will be zero visibility just like that at times. This will start to lighten up and be more sporadic on Saturday, and then this will be out of the way for Sunday, but by Sunday we'll still hold on to the cold weather. This is your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. Just a high around that freezing mark for the rest of this week. Gusts up to 80 kilometers per hour tomorrow, and that's combined with about 2 to 4 centimeters of snow for Calgary. Another 1 to 3 centimeters possible on Saturday, and again, if the system shifts a little, we'll see more snowfall than this. No snowfall on Sunday, just cold and cloudy, and next week will be much warmer and much brighter.
Thanks, Danielle. The Calgary man who quietly purchased coffees and meals for strangers at a local cafe is being remembered for his generosity and kindness. His legacy over more than 2 decades is now inspiring others to give back and donate to mental health research at the University of Calgary. Mark Villani has more.
Amidst the hustle and bustle at Cafe Beano often came a pleasant surprise at the till.
He often paid for an entire day's service. When his grandchildren were born or for his birthday, he would take care of the whole day.
For more than 25 years, customers received free coffees or treats, all of it done anonymously, but that generosity now has a name.
You know, Norm found a friend in every stranger.
Norm Johnson was a longtime Calgary businessman and regular at the coffee shop. He passed away 2 weeks ago at the age of 76. Those who knew him say his quiet giving was only part of the story, shaped by his own struggles with bipolar disorder and a deep belief in human connection.
He didn't judge the way you looked. If you were the intimidating looking person in the corner that no one was talking to, that was Norm's guy. He just found value in every human out there.
Those values are now being recognized with more than $160,000 in donations in Norm's memory to the University of Calgary's Mental Health Initiative for Stress and Trauma. Known as the MIST program, it began when Norm's son Trevor lost his close friend Mike McClay to suicide. The hope now is to prevent future losses.
To make people more aware of how to identify symptoms of stress and depression and mood changes in themselves.
Recent donations have also sparked further research at UCalgary, examining the mental health impact of psilocybin, a chemical found in magic mushrooms.
With MIST, we were directly given the money. We got to start the trial. So something that would have taken us 2 to 3 years took 2 to 3 months to begin.
As for today, Norm's legacy lives on through his signature order, affectionately called the Hot Norm, a Vietnamese coffee and 3 butter tarts.
It's a special place, the Beano.
I agree. But it's not just sharing a coffee, it's about sharing perspective on life and being there for each other.
I think human-to-human connection is impactful.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
And for more information on how to donate to mental health research in memory of Norm Johnson, you can visit our website at ctvnewscalgary.ca. The U.S. government is upset because some provinces aren't stocking American booze in liquor stores. Today, the Prime Minister responds, suggesting there are much bigger irritants for Canada's economy. And it's a win-win all around, the fair that connects volunteers with organizations that need some help. There's new information about last month's deadly crash between an Air Canada plane and a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport.
Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop.
Investigators say firefighters in the truck heard air traffic control saying stop, but they didn't know it was for them. By the time they realized, it was too late. The report also says a lack of a transponder on the truck played a role in the collision. The truck had been cleared to cross the runway just 12 seconds before the plane touched down. 2 Air Canada pilots were killed. From California wine to Kentucky bourbon, American alcohol is hard to find in many Canadian liquor stores. And the Trump administration is upset about the ban on U.S. booze. Today, Prime Minister Mark Carney struck back, saying Canadians are upset about U.S. tariffs too. Mike LeCouture reports.
As this Ottawa pub prepared for a busy night of playoff hockey, the shutout of U.S. spirits has led to a run on Canadian alcohol.
We really get asked more like about Niagara wines versus the Californias, and we get asked about the Canadian options for spirits as well.
The decline in American booze sales is likely why U.S. trade officials continue to bring it up as an irritant.
There may have to be an enforcement action to deal with this issue on wine and spirits in Canada.
When pressed about that today, the Prime Minister pushed back.
You know what's an irritant? 50% tariff on steel, 50% tariff on aluminum, 25% tariff on automobiles, all the tariffs on forest products. Those are more than irritant.
And he insisted discussions with the Trump administration must be a two-way street.
We're not sitting here taking notes, okay, and taking instruction from the United States.
Appearing on CNN, Premier Doug Ford made no apologies for Ontario not stocking U.S. alcohol and Ontarians not vacationing in the U.S.
It's unfortunate that Canadians are boycotting spending tens of billions of dollars in the U.S. This can come to a quick end. Everyone can thrive and prosper.
While criticizing the Carney government for making concessions and not getting any in return, the Conservatives say it's time to hold firm.
I don't think we should squander any more leverage after learning from Mr. Carney's mistakes.
Polyev believes the focus should be on the 2.6 million Canadian jobs affected by the trade war. Canada's new ambassador to the U.S. told a parliamentary committee there are discussions about sectoral tariffs while also preparing for negotiations.
We are ready, willing, and able to commence the review process, and we are in active dialogue to reduce the 232 tariffs that have been imposed on Canadian industry.
Despite several questions from opposition MPs, the ambassador couldn't explain why talks have not started between Canada and the U.S. Meantime, the Americans and Mexicans are scheduled to start their negotiations at the end of May. Mike Lecouteur, CTV News, Ottawa.
In baseball, pitching can be a dangerous position with those pitches coming right at you just as fast as they were thrown. Coming up, the pitcher who snagged one on the mound in his shirt. Breaking news from downtown Calgary. Police have closed 2nd Avenue Southwest after chunks of metal fell from a plus 15. Kevin Green is at 2nd Avenue. So, Kevin, tell us what happened there.
The plus 15 behind me that you see that runs between the Devon building on the south and across to the Millennium building and to the Sheraton Eau Claire is cracked and falling from the bottom. The bottom of it is falling out. As you see behind me, the metal sheeting that forms the bottom of the plus 15 has blown out, and the wind is catching it and blowing it down the street. The fire officials and police are exceptionally concerned that when it blows off, it moves down the street very quickly. So they've closed off the entire block here between 4th Street and 3rd Street on 2nd Avenue as they work to clear it out. The Technical Rescue Support Unit from the Calgary Fire Department is here. They've been up on ladders. They've been like an ant crew working on tearing these pieces out to keep them from blowing down the street. They're keeping pedestrians away from the area because it is a dangerous scene here as the wind catches the sheets of metal that are falling from the underside of the plus 15 and blowing them down the street. They don't know how long the road here will be closed, but it's going to take them a while, they say, to get the pieces that are already falling off secured and prevent any more from blowing off down here. This is all because of the high wind, they say, that's happening downtown Calgary. It's blowing through here like a wind tunnel.
Okay, Kevin, thanks very much for the update. It's National Volunteer Week, and residents of Calgary continue to lead the charge. The annual volunteer fair saw hundreds seeking a chance to do their part. As Moses Waldo reports, organizers are keen to find new ways to boost volunteer numbers.
The 5th annual Calgary Volunteer Fair showcased 65 nonprofit organizations packing the University of Calgary downtown campus. a way to connect locals to meaningful causes, from youth mentorship, senior services, to food insecurity, among others. Search Zoo volunteers.
My first language is French, so I just just volunteer in my community.
Immigrating from the Ivory Coast, Zoo helps those from West Africa adapt to life in Calgary, but is looking to lend a helping hand beyond his circle.
Just want to expand my knowledge, to just the community and just see how it goes.
It's what the volunteer fair is all about. Organizers say there's still a need for more volunteers.
By coming together like this, we're really hoping for people to feel a connection, feel the vibrancy that we have in Calgary.
The Calgary Volunteer Fair has joined forces with Volunteer Calgary, setting up an initiative to help newcomers fill the need.
It is very isolating journey, right? When you come to the new country, you have to learn everything. We are seeing there is a huge demand for the volunteers, but also newcomers who are coming from the different countries, different experience. There is a huge supply.
We know that it combats loneliness. We know that it increases your connection with your community. So by volunteering, you feel a much better sense of self-worth.
Having both a positive effect on those involved and nonprofits seeking help.
But make more friends, and just know something from those organizations too. So I'm just glad I'm just here.
Moses Wildu, CTV News, Calgary.
About 600 interested volunteers came through the doors today, a new record according to event organizers. Well, guys, in all the years of baseball, with the billions of pitches and perhaps billions of hits, we're not sure if this has ever happened before.
And right back to the pitcher, Gilbert able to catch it. Wow.
Well, it caught him, if we're being honest.
Seattle Mariners pitcher Logan Gilbert makes this incredible catch in his jersey.
Ooh, does that count?
And that line drive was fast, 108 miles an hour. Unfortunately for Gilbert and the Mariners, the rules of baseball say this is not a catch, but a hit.
It's a dead ball. He gets first base.
Yep. The batter advanced to first base.
Got to catch it with the glove.
And when you think about it, baseball's been played for how long? 150 years now? And I don't think that, I've never seen that happen.
I've never seen it. No, not like that.
Amazing.
That little bit going in that.
Yeah, just inside the jersey there. It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. On vacation in Florida, a family reeled in a great white shark.
There he is. Put the tape out. Put the tape.
Donovan Smith and his dad, Judd, were surprised to find this shark at the end of their line. Donovan fought to reel it in until he ran out of gas, and then his dad gave it a go. Once they got it, they released it. An incredible experience for them, but the captain of the boat says since 2003, he has caught 6 great white sharks.
Wow, really, eh? Huh.
Yeah. And how do you pull everything out and let a shark go? How do you get your hands close to a shark's mouth?
That's the truth, right?
Terrifying. It's better just hang out on the beach.
Well, if you check into your hotel on vacation and find out there's construction next door, many of us might get fed up with the noise. Not this guy.
Like I need a microphone to tell them what they're doing wrong. See a lot of talk and not a lot of work from these two guys.
This guy is a construction foreman. And sitting and watching construction across the street is his version of a busman's holiday. He has plenty of criticism for his fellow construction workers.
Always easy to criticize from the chair.
Everybody's an expert.
Micromanaging everyone. Come on.
Everyone's an expert sitting in a chair looking at other people working, right? Well, booking a flight this summer will cost you. Still to come, higher baggage fees at WestJet in response to the high cost of jet fuel.
All right, here's a look at temperatures. Yes, above the freezing mark, but it doesn't feel like it because of this cold wind of the north and northwest, gusting over 80 kilometers per hour and the potential of 90 kilometer per hour gusts, especially in these areas tonight through tomorrow. Medicine Hat over to Brooks, Lomond up to Hannah. Outside of that, we have the weather statement for winter storm type conditions. This is nothing yet. What's to come for tomorrow is going to be something, because you can see this upper level low, and it's going to really push some bands of snow in. And for some communities, it will be heavy bands, and it'll be pretty immediate. So it will reduce visibility down to nothing. We have the snow, we have the gusts. Now for Calgary, we'll be on the outside edge of it, so less snow expected here, but squall-like activity certainly potential possibility in many communities. So up to 80 kilometer per hour gusts tonight through tomorrow, and tomorrow on and off snow in the city. For Kamloops and Kelowna, 16 degrees, stable weather on the BC side. Edmonton down through Red Deer, down the QE2, and the further east you go as well, we are looking at snow heavy at times, gusts 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. So some communities could see 10 centimeters of snow in a very short period of time, especially closer to the Saskatchewan border. Lethbridge and Medicine Hat 2 and -2 is a high for tomorrow.
Thanks, Danielle. Canada's Financial Intelligence Agency says criminal organizations appear to be using young students from India to extort people and businesses in South Asian communities across the country. The Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada, or FINTRAC, says extortion targeting South Asian communities has evolved to a sustained campaign of coercion. It involves intimidation and coordination across multiple provinces, most notably in Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, and Ontario. The FINTRAC analysis suggests multiple crime groups are involved in ongoing extortion activities. They are advising banks and others who handle money to watch for telltale signs of extortion-related activities, such as unusually large cash withdrawals or wire transfers. With no real movement through the Strait of Hormuz, fuel costs continue to climb, forcing WestJet to raise prices for checked bags. B&M Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Customers will pay an extra $5 to check a bag. And that's only if travelers plan in advance. It takes the price to between $55 and $65. And if you decide to check a bag at the airport, it'll cost between $70 and $94 under the ultra basic ticket. Airlines around the world are grappling with higher fuel costs as a result of the backup of tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 73.02. West Texas Intermediate is up over $3 to 96.55. Western Canadian Select is up over $2 to 73.05. And the TSX lost 42 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
20 years ago today, Spotify was founded, and the music business hasn't been the same since. Today, Spotify revealed its top streaming artists of all time. Taylor Swift takes top spot, followed by Bad Bunny. The two artists have traded positions for top artist of the year in recent years. Next are two Canadians, Drake and The Weeknd. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd is the top streaming song ever. Ariana Grande rounded out the top 5. A special honor today for the two newest members of the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame.
But I don't care, just let them be, 'cause country is the best to me.
Lisa Brokop broke out into song this morning as she and Joe Wood put their names up on the Wall of Honor at the National Music Centre. The two were formally named to the hall last year. Brokop had several country hits in the 1990s. She says she's truly honored.
I can say I'm in the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. I don't know what's bigger than that, other than maybe having my daughter. That's pretty important, getting married, those kinds of things. But yeah, surviving in this business for 40 years and still loving it.
Joe Wood is being honored in the Builders category, the founder of the RDR Music Group. Wood has worked with hundreds of artists over the years. Calgary's pro men's soccer team is off to a great start. Still to come, Glenn tells us about Cavalry FC's new captain and the team's early season success. Iran says its men's national soccer team will play in World Cup games in the U.S. Today, the country's sports minister said the national team is preparing for proud and successful participation in the World Cup. Yesterday, an envoy for the U.S. administration asked FIFA to remove Iran from the tournament and replace them with Italy, who did not qualify this year. April is usually a tough month for Cavalry FC, but not this year. Glenn is back with us, and Glenn, it's been almost a perfect start to the season.
Yeah, and it's been a great start for Cavalry. 2 wins and a draw in their first 3 games of the season, and they'll try to pick up another victory on Saturday afternoon when they host York FC at ATCO Field. Cavalry FC got a taste of what to expect when they take to the pitch on Saturday afternoon against York. It was a cold and blustery day for training at Spruce Meadows on Thursday.
It's just one big selection box right now, isn't it? I mean, you have to dress for all seasons in 1 month.
It's going to be electric, windy, elements.
Sergio Camargo has a new role with Cavalry FC this season. He's replaced Marco Carducci as team captain.
Yeah, it's an honor and a privilege. I've been here since day one. I've always felt like I've wanted to give back to the club that has given me a new lease on life, and this is my chance of giving back one bit more.
Camargo says not much changes for him, even though he now wears the armband.
I think if they change, then something's wrong. I think I carry myself the way I've been carrying myself the last couple of years, try to influence the club in a positive way, and now it's just the armband. It's just a reminder of keep doing the right things and that people are looking at me to make a positive change.
Cavalry head coach Tommy Wheeldon Jr. says Camargo is a perfect fit to lead the team. He calls him the heartbeat.
You know, when he goes on the press, we go. When he's making the plays happen in the attacking end, we go. Like he creates this heartbeat of the team. He's very infectious with his personality, highly intelligent. He's likable when he's on your team, and dislikable, if that's a word, when he's not. So yeah, love him, and he's a day one guy.
And by the way, Camargo was undefeated as captain.
Well, Tommy calls me the heart of the team, not the brain. So however you want to take that, I think I lead by example with my effort on the field. I do get at guys at points, but I mostly let my actions do the talking.
Tommy says Dan Klomp is the brain because he's the quarterback at the back and dictates the play. Kickoff for Saturday's game, 3 o'clock at ATCO Field, and you could see a lot of bend it like Beckham out there with that wind.
Yeah, if you're on one side and you kick it with the wind, you can score from.
Probably could have happened, yes.
It's a good thing they changed sides at halftime. And Danielle, so we're looking at 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Most of the storm will be gone by then.
No.
Some of it, maybe?
Saturday, I mean, the winds will be a bit better, 50 kilometers per hour. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace Fixed Rider. It's free. Tomorrow, 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, just like today, and on and off snow. Now, some of these bands of snow could be quite heavy. At this point, though, because we're on the outer edge of the system, 2 to 4 centimeters is likely for Calgary tomorrow, but we could see up to 10 if the system even shifts or if a band lasts a little longer. And then another 1 to 3 on Saturday. So a little less snow on Saturday and a little less gusty, but a high of -2. So it's, starts to improve on Sunday. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, Alberta's climate. Already wind damage out there.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.